Excuse me, everybody. I was snacking a little bit, but welcome to Not Another Sports Podcast, episode 15. I'm SQ. We got Big Jew. He got TC1 Jew, and we got my man McFly in the house. So it's been a lot that has happened within the last 24 hours. Excuse me, like I said. And NFL free agency has been what you would call a frenzy because there's a lot of guys changing destinations, and there's been a lot being said to these guys. They like Josh Jacobs pretty much said that they talk about the player not being loyal, but what about these organizations not being loyal to these players? So first and foremost, just because we're here in Baltimore, it's been breaking news. I know this is like one of the best things that probably could have happened to the Baltimore Ravens offense. They have officially signed Derrick Henry to the Baltimore Ravens. Let us know like how you feel about it in the comments and everything, but I'm gonna let my man McFly go because he's a Ravens fan and let him tell you how he feels about this.
Hey man, it's one thing only, and that's just to let y'all know, man, we going to the chip. Y'all go get y'all flight tickets ready. Go call Southwest. Get your Southwest. Get your hotel. Get your Mardi Gras beads because we in New Orleans in February, bro. Suit up. It's purple. It's purple. Get your purple beads for Mardi Gras and the Ravens. We going to New Orleans, bro. If we stay healthy, we going to the bowl, bro. We got Lamar Jackson. We got Zay Flowers. Got my man Derrick Henry. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And we still got a fucking phenomenal defense. We going to the bowl, bro. It might be a Baltimore versus Philly Super Bowl though.
Yeah,
That's gonna do numbers for the culture. We looking forward to something like that. But on a serious note, Derrick Henry to the Ravens is major. Ravens always been like a run type offense. We always kept solid running backs. This is probably the first time in not NFL, but in Ravens history that we kind of like was able to get somebody while they still like in top notch shape. Because if you're a Ravens fan, we usually always grab guys when they like later on down the career. Like we grabbed Anquan Bolden and all them. Like it was later on into the careers. We just had OPJ like the back end of his career. Now we
mm,
finally got like a star that's like in the middle of his career and like he still can do great numbers and shit like that. So we're gonna be good because teams they're gonna have to scheme against us, bro. They're gonna have to scheme very well because it's gonna be like we need people watching Derrick Henry, but we also need people watching Lamar Jackson. I think our red zone defense, I said defense, red zone offense is going to increase tremendously because we got that threat. And y'all gotta remember, we still got Keaton Mitchell, bro. We still got Keaton Mitchell, so we're gonna have dual threats on the running side. We gonna be good. We gonna be good. As long as we stay healthy though. That's the morals of sports is staying healthy, bro. If
yeah,
we stay healthy, I see the Ravens going to the Super Bowl. I think
hmm
we should be able to win this year. I don't think we're gonna have another mishap. No Taylor Swift bullshit stories again. I think we're gonna make it and we gonna win. We do for one. It's been we usually win every 12 years. I think we win every 12. We won in 2001. We won in 2013. And why not 2024? 2024, 2025. Why not? That's the slogan. Why not? Why not us?
yeah.
In the
But
draft. No.
just to name another back that y'all had back in the day, Priest Holmes, he was at the end of his career too. He was an honorable mention. He was
Yeah.
he was a pretty good back too. He came from Kansas
We had
City.
we had Jamal Lewis and Ray Rice at good times, but they was like we bred them. You feel me?
I think Derrick Henry might be the best back that y'all have had since Jamal.
He should be the best back on paper. He should be the best. He should come out and perform as the best. So, but another
I,
thing to all y'all that's gonna run with the Ravens on Madden, y'all gonna be nasty. Y'all gonna be running halfback stretches and QB scrambles, fucking options and shit. Y'all gonna be nasty work, bro. I can see
yeah,
it. I can see the Madden 24, 25 clips. Y'all there abusing Lamar because that's gonna be an MVP Lamar too. So he gonna have 99 speed. Then y'all gonna be using Derrick Henry. He gonna have fucking 99 trucking. Yeah, y'all gonna be cheating on Madden. Y'all be safe out there on Madden. It's a good thing I don't play that shit. I'm a 2K.
But just to stay on the subject of the Ravens, we're gonna get to all the other free agency moves. They also signed a very important piece to their defense, Matabuke. They gave him 98 million. They guaranteed 36 of it. Him being like one of the cornerstone pieces to that defense. You know, having him being that guy because he had 13 sacks last year. That's pretty good for interior lineman. And just speak for a tiny bit about the defense. Y'all lost Geno Stone, but y'all still got Kyle Hamilton. You still got Roquan, and just y'all like there's still a little bit of question marks because of Van Noy and Clowney haven't exactly signed deals yet.
I'm gonna tell you like a OG told me. Everybody's replaceable. You may not get the same person back, but everybody is replaceable. These guys that we lost, they were cool to the defense, but they replaceable. We ain't lose the top notch hitters. We ain't lose Kyle. We ain't lose Roquan, and we signed him back. Metabuke, we signed him back, which was perfect. We gonna be good. Just know, like we will be good. Like you said on Batman, Gotham, this city will survive. All right, the Ravens gonna be good. Same type defense. We gonna be stacked again. Great defense. But what all matters is how well we play in the postseason. Because we had that great defense last year, but we still lost in the postseason. I mean, we did a good job in the second half of the AFC game against the Chiefs. We had shut them out, but we need that all year. We're gonna need that all year again. I don't
hmm
think the defense is going to suffer tremendously. I think we're going to be good at the spots like filling in Queen spot, Stone, and all of them. Like we're gonna be good. I ain't really worried about them. And yeah, we're gonna be good. It's gonna be a good season. As long as everybody stay healthy. I'm telling you, that's the number one thing. Is health. Gotta stay healthy.
Yeah. Let's stay within the division because the Pittsburgh Steelers picked up someone. It's just been a lot of questions about what he requires when he comes to a team and everything. He's been said that he brings his own trainers. He had have his own office and all that. But Russell Wilson coming to Pittsburgh, does that upgrade them in any type of way? Because they had Kenny Pickett last year. They have weapons, but they probably need to shore up their offensive line just a little bit more for them to be better. But does adding Russell Wilson to Pittsburgh make them any type of threat to the Ravens?
No, they go from 8-9 to 9-8. I mean, Russell Wilson is a better quarterback than Kenny Pickett, but it's not. It's not nothing that we looking like. Oh my gosh, they got Russ. Okay, go ahead. Congratulations. We got fucking Derrick Henry. Like, what are y'all gonna do about that? Like I said, we healthy. What are they gonna do? We're gonna smash them. Even though we did lose to them last year, that's just how the rivalry go. What matters is the playoffs. I don't be caring about when we lose to them in the regular season. As long as we get them out of there in the playoffs, if they even make it to battle us, that's all that matters. That's good for
Yeah.
them though. I think that give that city hope, especially after like the long term of success, and they still have success because what they made the wild card last year, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that counts as the success for Mike Tomlin. He's still, I think, he's the only coach to ever go that long without missing a playoff. So that's good for Pittsburgh. That's good for the city of Pittsburgh. But truly, fuck Pittsburgh. It's Baltimore, Ravens Nation. It's the flock. We coming.
That's, I agree. My critique about Russell Wilson, a lot of people like try to get down on him and everything, but like the thing that I like to mention when it comes to Russell Wilson, like when he won that Super Bowl with Seattle, he didn't like it wasn't him that actually did it. It was actually the Legion of Boom. It was that defense that did that for them. That's how they dominated the Broncos in that Super Bowl. And it just goes to show you that he was having these same numbers, those same numbers that he had last year in Denver. Those the same type of numbers that he was kind of having when he was in Seattle. But having that defense is what put them over the top. And that's why when he was in Denver, there wasn't a thing. There wasn't I mean, they had defensive guys, but Patrick Sertain was hurt most of the year, and then he didn't have the dominant defense that he had when he was in Seattle with Bobby Wagner and all of them. So he had a pretty good season last year, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Touchdown interception ratio is pretty good. But him taking those numbers to Pittsburgh, I don't think that translates them as winning a actual playoff game. I think it puts them like gets probably gets them one extra win, so they might be 10-7 instead of 9-8. So that's just my take on it. I don't think that he upgrades them that much at all. But they have two good receivers. They got Najee Harris in the backfield, but I don't think that makes them any better. And just staying in the AFC, there was a signing. Well, yeah, there was a signing by the Browns. Just a quick note. They signed Jordan Hicks from the Eagles to add to that defense. And then when it comes to the Browns, they traded and got Jerry Judy. Does does that make them like Of course, Deshaun Watson's health is going to be a concern, whether he if he stays healthy. But having that offense with Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, Jerry Judy, Amari Cooper, and Njoku, does that seem a little scary for the AFC North?
Telling you, man, we not fearing nobody. You might as well cut your questions out about asking. I'm scared of anybody. We don't fear nobody. We not
Okay.
fearing them. We gonna see when that coin is tossed and that ball is kicked off and them jets are flying through the air. Then we gonna see who is who. Right now, everybody on paper. It's just paper now. But the Ravens ain't fearing nobody, bro. We going.
Okay,
That's
okay.
all. I can't give you too much analytical and what I think is going to be. I'm just speaking purely off of emotion, bro.
All
We
right.
going. We ready.
Well, let's just trans over to the NFC so we can get your objective on some real
E-
stuff. So
Fly Eagles fly.
that's exactly where I was going to. The um,
Fly
the
Eagles fly.
the Philadelphia Eagles have signed. I think the second best running back in this whole class of running backs, Saquon
Yeah.
Barkley. The Eagles' offensive line, of course, is one of the best offensive lines as far as like win rate. They're number one in win rate as far as like running the ball, pass blocking, all of that. So Saquon Barkley wasn't exactly in like the best position to flourish with the New York Giants because their offensive line win rate was in the 26 range, 26. They were ranked 26 in the whole
Mm.
NFL. So him going there, and you got Jalen Hurts, you got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, then you got the tight end Goddard, and then you add Saquon to that. He's a three down back. You can keep him in the game. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He can split out wide. You know, does does Saquon being on the Philadelphia Eagles give them a one up on the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, for sure. Uh, I feel like the Eagles definitely got better. I mean, not better, but they kind of remained the same because DeAndre Swift was that guy. Um, it's gonna come down to the defense aspect of the Eagles. Eagles gonna have to play defense, which I felt like was one of their weak points last year was defending, especially when it came down to like crunch time and actually making plays that mattered. It was more so about the defending to me. Jalen Hurts usually does his thing. I don't know how he's gonna do with this new look on his face. He might be some trash. He might be trash this year. Nah, I'm fucking with you, but Jalen Hurts, he They're gonna be good. I think they're gonna be good. The thing with Saquon Barkley is the same stuff I say about the Ravens. Saquon gotta be healthy. He's gonna have to be healthy this year because if he's not healthy, that's gonna that's gonna mess up their it's gonna mess up their whole offense for real because basically, it's catered around running. Their offense not catered to running, but you're a big piece of the offense. So just gotta stay healthy. I got the Eagles coming out of the NFC. I think it's a Baltimore versus Philly Super Bowl. And yeah,
Early, early prediction. Yeah, we're gonna mark your word on that one. He said Philly versus Baltimore. I mean,
hey,
that
I've
would be a
been I've
great
been
one.
I've been I've been striking. Look, I don't mean to go talk about another topic, but I told y'all about the Lakers. You said the Lakers got 5 tough games. They 2-0. I told you.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
told you.
I'm actually gonna sprinkle in a little a stat there. AD had an historical night the other night. I'm
Come
gonna
on.
sprinkle
I,
that
I
in. We're
told
gonna
I
get to that.
told you. I told
We
you.
we gonna get to that, but let's get this free. Let's finish getting this NFL free agency out the way. Now, the number one. This is to me, and I think this was a lot of guys that follow football know that Josh Jacobs was probably the number one back in this whole class. And by him going to the Green Bay Packers with Jordan Love and those young receivers, and they're gonna, of course, they're gonna show up their offensive line. Bakhtiari, they released him, so they're probably gonna pick a offensive tackle in this upcoming draft because this draft is filled with offensive linemen, especially in the first
Mm.
round. And how far do you think the Green Bay Packers can get now that they have Josh Jacobs? Is he an up? Matter of fact, another question. Well, question before that: Is he more of an upgrade to Aaron Jones?
I think so. I think so. I see the vision in Green Bay. Jordan Love, I think he got a promising future. I see the vision, but I think he is more of an upgrade.
Yeah. Now, how far they made it to the playoffs? They won their first. They won in the wild card round. Do they get out of the divisional this year with Josh Jacob in the backfield?
It's a high possibility. It could be they could make it to the gate before the promised land. They could go NFC Championship. It's a possibility. Uh, if they do, that's hella praise to Joe Love. But definitely, I can see them. I can see them going. Not going to the Super Bowl, but I can see them making like a nice little run in the playoffs. I definitely can see that. Um, definitely picking up that piece. I think he would be a very helpful asset to the Packers. I think the young core around them, it's a growing core, so maybe not this year, but if they plan to keep him for the next years, he'll be good.
Doing pretty good. See I just saw the
Yeah, I see them. He said, "Yo,
yeah,
what's good with y'all? I actually
yeah.
play for Montverde Academy Eagles. Is that the Montverde that Ben Simmons and them went to?
That
Is he
sound
still
that's
in the?
yeah, that's
If so,
what it looks like.
what sport you play? Drop your sport up in the chat. Thanks for
Yeah,
thanks for the view.
yeah, man. Let us know where you located and what sport you played, man. But moving on to the next thing, um, just to stay in that same division, you were speaking about him earlier, DeAndre Swift. He goes to the Chicago Bears. Now, I have a certain reason why I feel like the Chicago Bears should be doing a certain thing with Justin Fields. If I was the GM, I would trade that first pick and build around Justin Fields and actually give him a chance to prove that he can be in that top echelon as far as quarterbacks. But just just for the sake of argument, just for the sake of like debate, let's just say they pick Caleb Williams and they get rid of Justin Fields. Is having DeAndre Swift gonna help or is it gonna harm?
It'll help their team a little bit, but it's the Bears. Not really. It's like we're not really focused on them right now. I don't feel like they're gonna do much noise. It's definitely gonna help them a little bit though, but uh
Chicago Bears have this aura pretty much around them that they're not very good. They haven't had a Hall of Fame quarterback. Let's put it that way. And they
mm,
haven't and when it comes to quarterback, they don't really do very well with quarterbacks. And I can honestly say the best quarterback they've ever had was Jim McMahon, and that was back in the '80s.
I was
And
gonna say I can't even name you a prominent Bears quarterback from the last 5, 6, 7 years.
yeah, you know that I wish someone would say Rex Grossman so I can choke
Yeah,
him. I wish they would say Rex Grossman just because he was the quarterback when they went to the Super Bowl. Don't mean that he was that good. He was
yeah.
definitely not that good. He wasn't. I don't think he was really that good at with the Gators, But
Mm.
that's neither here nor there. But just to mention
I
another guy that's in the NFC that got a contract. A lot of people like my dad probably if he watching this he probably gonna be like, why are you even talking about this guy? Because he doesn't like him. But Baker Mayfield, he got $100 million contract to come back to Tampa Bay, and they of course him and Mike Evans have posted some things saying they ready to run it back. Now, when it comes to Baker Mayfield coming back to Tampa Bay and Mike Evans coming back to Tampa Bay, they re-signed Chase Edmonds, the running back, but they lost a defensive guy from like Shaq Barrett. Should Tampa Bay even be in the discussion about talking about any type of positioning in the NFC?
Yeah, I think they make a playoff run. I think so. I'm not really sold on Baker Mayfield either, but I do think that it'll help them out. They might get a little 10-7, 9-8 record. Something not nothing crazy. A little wild card show. But that's all I really can say about them. I ain't really. I think I'm
They're
just too sold on us right now.
Yeah, yeah. But the NFC South has always been like especially in the last couple years, they've been the weakest
Yeah, I
division
just
in the
say they had the
NFC.
worst division.
Yeah, they got the Falcons in that
Then
division, the New Orleans Saints, and them of course. Like their division hasn't really been that strong, especially since Drew Brees left the New Orleans Saints because they were
hmm
pretty much ruling that division.
yeah,
But
the Bucks they made the wild card last year, right? Or they made the
yeah, they
playoff
made
or
it,
they
and
won
they
the
won a
division.
playoff game. They won a playoff
Yeah.
game.
So that's why I say like a 10-7,
Yeah.
probably another extra win.
I know I'm not. I know this is probably me. I'm just saying this to be objective. You know, Baker Mayfield is an elite company when it comes to playoffs, like playing for two different teams and winning a playoff game. And like he's with two different teams, he's thrown for three touchdowns, no turnovers, no picks
Mm.
with two different teams, and he's only three quarterbacks that's ever done that, and Brett Favre is one of them. So he's an elite company, but can he get over the actual hump of getting past the divisional round and getting into the NFC Championship game with Tampa Bay, with the team as it is?
Not this year. I don't think they got enough weapons for that to happen this year.
Yeah,
I like the Packers over them.
yeah. I believe I'm in here, and then that kind of just brings me back to the same. Like we're still in that division with Kirk Cousins being signed to the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of people were speculating like, yeah, he's the number one, like the number one free agent in this whole class. He needs this, he needs that, but he's coming off an Achilles injury.
Mm.
You don't know, like this is all prognost, like this is all projection as far as like him being the Kirk Cousins that was in Minnesota, which I don't think was really that good. I'm just gonna be honest. But
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins going to Atlanta with the weapons that they have: B. John Robinson's, Drake London, your Kyle Pitts, and the other young receiver, and then they have an excellent offensive line. Now, does Kirk Cousins do a better job in Atlanta than he did in Minnesota by actually winning the playoff game?
If they was to win one, would that be considered a better job?
Because he has just as many playoff wins as Dak Prescott.
Uh, I say yeah. If he can get a win, that would show that he did more than he did in Minnesota because he actually went to the playoffs and won. But that's why I was saying earlier. He trash. You had a top three, top five, whatever receiver in the league, and you couldn't get shit done. Couldn't get nothing done.
Because he had the requisite weapons when he was in Minnesota. He had Adam Thielen
And like
before they sent him to Carolina. He had Adam Thielen
put
and a young Justin
put
Jefferson.
Jetta on a team where he got a great
He had
QB that can
Dalvin
really
Cook,
cater.
man. He had Dalvin
Yeah,
Cook in the backfield. Like
that's what I'm
he
saying. Like
All right,
it's
let's go.
too many examples.
yeah.
You on a TikTok with it too?
Huh?
You on a TikTok with it?
Nah, I couldn't use yours. You got to stop getting suspended.
And
Yeah, you suspended again.
how,
But
so what?
You gotta go a month without getting suspended. You've been suspended in the last 30 days.
Oh, I bet.
But
I got
what we
message
on?
from man. We'll talk about it off camera then.
all right. Well, we were just talking about Kirk Cousins. Um,
Oh, hold up! Breaking news right here. Queen actually signed with the Steelers
whoa, Patrick Queen went to Pittsburgh.
for like 2 or 3 years.
Like I was just that's crazy. I was just about to look at and see what was breaking it. That's Adam Scheffner.
Yep. We got to give him a welcome, a homecoming.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Patrick Queen. Oh my goodness, I ain't even breaking that other news he just dropped. That's just irrelevant.
What happened?
The New York Giants are getting Drew Lock from the former Sandy. Like that, that's irrelevant. We ain't even gonna talk about that. But that is good. That is breaking news. That is pretty. Like, how much did they give him though? Oh, he
His
plan. It's a 3 year
41,
deal,
41 mil.
41 million. How much is guaranteed though? They didn't put that out there.
He really went to Pittsburgh. That's crazy though.
Yeah, I was really expecting him to go to Seattle with McDonald since he got the head coaching job in Seattle. I feel like I thought he was gonna follow McDonald to Seattle, but
Mm.
just to give my critique on this actual deal because this is really new. Like this is probably the first time we've done this on the show. And Patrick Queen, if I was to rank him as far as like linebackers in the league right now, I would say he would be a top 10 talent. But you got Fred Warner, you got Bobby Wagner, you got Roquan, and um, that's pretty much the guys right there. Like, is he
Hmm.
better than Fred? Like, I don't even think he's better than Greenlaw.
That's what I was
Like
saying. I
Green,
mean, he was a loss, but it's not that much of a loss. Like,
yeah,
but he gonna get what he gonna get that. That's betrayal. You don't as a Raven, you don't ever go to the Steelers.
yeah. At least CJ went to the Jets. He left the division.
You don't ever go to the Steelers, bruh.
Yeah, just like
But you
Steelers
gonna
don't go
you
to the
gonna pay
Ravens.
for it. He gonna pay for it. Derek Henry
Yeah,
gonna run his chump ass over.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm actually kind of hyped up for this year as far as that rivalry because that's one of the. I would just like to say that's one of the best rivalries in football. Might be the one of the best rivalries in sports.
Yeah,
but
it's up there. It's a top five.
like it's definitely up there with the when you talk about the Lakers and Celtics and yeah, like Golden State want to try to be a rivalry
They
with the
don't have a
Cleveland
rivalry.
Cavaliers. Like when they were meeting in the finals, that was a pretty big deal. Like they were meeting in the finals for 6 straight years or whatever it
Yeah, that's
was.
that's not a rivalry.
That was just a collision course. But
Ravens Steelers, that's real.
but
That's like
Ravens
it's real
Steelers,
blood, real
that's just
live
like the,
hitters.
the like the Cowboys and the Eagles. That's a
That's a
that's a
real
rivalry.
rivalry.
Yes, those are real rivalries. Green Bay and Chicago. Those type of those type of games, you already know it's gonna be a lot of blood and somebody gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna get hurt. But I think that Patrick Queen, that's a pretty good pickup for Pittsburgh. That adds to the depth of their defense because they needed a guy right there in the middle to run the defense because they still got Minka Fitzpatrick on the back end. They released Patrick Peterson, so they gotta find. They might be able to find a corner in this draft because there's 5 corners in this draft that are top 5 talent. So you'll be able to get some of those guys. You'll be able to shore up some of those positions in this draft. Like a
Hmm.
lot of people are probably going off of picking these guys because of what is available in the draft this year. Because the receiving, especially the receivers in this draft, there's about 15 of them, but there's 8 of them with first round grades.
And that's what I was going to say about the Ravens. The Ravens need to grab a receiver out of this draft.
They're like you can
I was
already
thinking
say 3 of them are not
Keon.
going to be there.
I'm thinking Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman, from Florida State. Yeah, because
I'm
they
thinking
tried to
him.
say because he ran a 4.6 at the combine that dropped his draft stock. But I feel like he's
I would
still a
still
number
take
one
his ass.
talent.
I still would
Like
take him. That's
like
good.
that's
Let
not
us
a
get
reach.
him.
That's not a
Yeah,
reach.
let us. I would take
Nah,
him. Why? What can you lose from it?
like he's a red zone target.
It's fucking.
He
He's
can
6'4", 6'5".
he got the big catch radius.
Come on, bro.
He
Like,
got
what are we
good
talking
hands.
about?
He's
You're
he's
sick.
good. He breaks tackles. He runs after the catch. He's definitely one
I,
of those
I
guys
take
that's
him.
a steal. He's a
We just
steal
gave
in the
we just gave
draft.
a rookie a chance. We gave Zay Flowers a chance. He showed out. I take him. Let's go. Shoot up, boy. You ready?
Now, just to even if you were, let's just say y'all do pick a receiver. Would you regret it if you pass up on one of these offensive linemen just to make your line just that much better?
I mean, who you feel like would increase the line that much? Like that would make the Ravens O line that much
Um,
better.
they have
And
the they
and
have a
and that's
guy
if
from
that's if we can even catch him before somebody else get him.
yeah, because it's definitely 3 guys that's going in the top 15.
Yeah. Let me see.
Because Joe Alt is not falling. JC from Alabama's not falling. Then it's kind of a drop off after them too
We
because
got we got a 30th pick and we got a 62nd pick. We got a 93rd pick, 129th pick. Uh, if you feel like somebody that's on the O line is that good, I just feel like they'd be gone by that time.
but if
You
you're
see what I'm
talking about
saying?
interior guys, because these guys that I'm naming are all tackles. So
Okay,
it
okay. So they'd be
so
they'd be
so
left.
the guards and like centers and anything like that, you can get those guys in day 2, day 3. You could get some of those guys. And being at 67, you'll probably get a pretty
No,
good guy.
yeah. But first pick, I'm taking Keon as my first pick.
It's a pretty good pick. But what if that boy from Texas is there?
What's his name?
Xavier,
Might
the
gotta go with him
4.21.
too.
Because I
I
think
don't I
that
don't
takes
I
the
don't
top
feel
off
like
the
either
defense.
or. Huh?
I feel like you get him, that'll really take the top off the defense. You can't
Yeah.
double Zay. That well, you won't be able to double Mark Andrews. So he's gonna live and eat in the middle of the field.
Still got
If,
likely.
and then you still got Likely. He's still on a rookie deal. The you got Zay Flowers, but only thing about Xavier is that he's not a big receiver. He's just I think he's a tad bit taller than Zay Flowers,
Hmm. But
but
that's why I like Keon Coleman because he's fucking 6'4", 6'5",
yeah,
215. That's his college weight. Once he gets to the league, he gonna get a couple more pounds, probably about 225, 220. Like
and and
that's a heavy receiver.
that's a big catch radius too, because he got the 40 inch. I think no, he thought the 39 inch vertical, and his broad jump was almost 12. So
Yo,
yeah, he got one. He's an athlete. He's definitely an athlete. I don't think
I
his
think
speed translated on the 40. I feel like he's
I've been
faster on
paying
the field.
attention to the Ravens Twitter, like the fan Twitters and all that. That's what everybody say. It'll make a perfect off season if we was to get Derrick Henry and we get Keon Coleman.
Yeah,
They say
I
that'd
feel
be
like
a
he'd
perfect
definitely
off
be a
season.
be a he'd be a perfect fit for that offense. It'll give Lamar just that much of another actual target, on the outside. Because you can move him around too. But instead of moving him around, you can just move Zay Flowers around and keep him on the outside. And then you still got Mark Andrews and a likely. So
Yeah.
and then having Derrick Henry in the backfield and just the threat of like the run option, the run pass option is just it's going to be ridiculous. Like the
Hmm.
offensive coordinator really should have a field day with this offense. And just to name just a couple guys. I'm just gonna name them off. Then we can move on. Like Jacoby Brissett goes back to Patriots. They get Antonio Gibson also that goes to the Patriots. The running back for the Commanders. Austin Eckler also comes to he goes to the Commanders. Christian Wilkes, which I'm kind of hurt about this. I'm hurt about this that Christian Wilkes left Miami and went to the Raiders. And just to name them, Tony Pollard goes to the Titans.
Titans.
Any of those like those moves like move you in any type of way? I
Derrick
don't
Henry
think
to the Ravens, man. That's named that the title. Derrick Henry to the fucking Ravens. That's the biggest move.
so. Yeah. Now, this. I'm just gonna throw this scenario out here, then we're gonna move on. T. Higgins says that he wants to be traded. Would you rather have T. Higgins, who is proven, or wait and get Keon Coleman in the draft?
I probably get T Higgins, but it depends what you want. Depend what T Higgins what they would want for T Higgins. If you
Yeah,
asking for too
probably.
much, now if you want a bag of chips, go ahead. But if you asking for too much,
let's
nah.
just say, let's just say they want a third round pick.
Shit, I might get y'all. Go ahead. Give me T Higgins. And I still might be a badass and draft Keon. They're gonna be mad as shit.
Yeah,
Got triple threat wides. Like, come on, dog.
yeah, but it's only one football. It's only one
You right.
football.
You're right.
It's only one football. Now, I know there's probably gonna be more stuff that happens while we're on here. We'll keep you guys updated as we go along. But we're gonna move on to the not sports topic of the day, and it's about the evolution of the video game. What was the first system you ever owned?
Uh, you starting it off, Drew?
First system I ever owned probably was Game Boy. Game Boy.
Okay,
Game Boy.
I think I had the Game Boy with the green screen though. I had the green screen Game Boy. What about you, McFly?
First since I ever owned was a Nintendo 64.
Oh man, my favorite game was on that GoldenEye. That was my favorite game
Mm-hmm.
on that one. Then Killer Instinct.
Fucking the AK looked like a color pencil. You ever peep that? That shit like a black color pencil.
Yo, that's
Killer Instinct
crazy.
was my joint too.
Yeah, we have come a long way from the Atari and the regular Nintendo. We've gone from
Hmm.
pixelized characters to AI generated and motion capture movements, Tecmo Bowl to Madden, Double Dribble and NBA Jams to NBA 2K. Like how what would you say would be your top five games on any system?
Damn. Top 5 games is that's it's not enough. My number my number one game ever would be GTA San Andreas. Um,
I never
and
played
after
that
this,
one.
you never played San Andreas.
No, I never
You're not
played that one.
really you're not really a modern black man then.
That's crazy, son. I didn't play. I'm just gonna say before
That
you
shit
finish
came
your
out in
list,
'04. You're not a
uh,
modern black man.
before you finish your list, my first time actually playing GTA was five.
I don't think you really supposed to be running this segment then. I
I
don't, what was you playing?
I was playing Crash Bandicoot.
Okay, so you was on that side of the spectrum.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right, that makes sense. But I'm gonna say San Andreas. Um, this for me. This my personal. I ain't going off of nothing. NBA 2K17 was really special for me. Um, Call of Duty. It's a lot of them that was special, but I'm gonna go with Modern Warfare 2. That was a really special game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Assassin's Creed 3 was
Waves,
special, and
Assassin's Creed 3.
Budokai 3.
Oh,
Budokai 3.
Budokai.
When you got the fist on the front
Oh
like
man.
that,
Oh, that's
Budokai
you
3.
got four. That's your fourth.
That's hold up. I got Budokai, San Andreas, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, and 2K. That's five.
Oh damn. Woo. All right, Big
will.
Jew.
For me, I would have to go NBA 2K14 next gen. That mean a lot. That game mean a lot to me. Then I go Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. I like that zombies, but the arrows. That's my favorite zombies map. I still be playing it to this day. I still got it downloaded right now. Um, the fourth game for me probably gotta be like Assassin's Creed Revelations. I like that one. Then the fifth one, I ain't gonna lie, I might gotta go DJ Hero. I used to like
Oh
Uh,
man. Damn, y'all both took two of mine. So like
DJ
Modern
Hero.
Warfare 2 and
I
DJ
used to
Hero was on
yo
my
the
list.
Grandmaster Flash joint. I
That
mastered
remind
that.
me
That
of
was
the
one of the I used on the expert thing.
remember like shopping through the Target magazine for Christmas and circling like shit that you wanted. That remind
Hell
me of
yeah.
them times. Like you look like, damn, they got Star Wars out now. This shit
Yeah.
look fire. Let me circle this. I want this for Christmas.
Hell yeah, man. My five. I'm gonna go with I like y'all named two of mine, so I only got three.
Shout
So
out on TikTok watch.
yeah, shout out to y'all on TikTok watching, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Um, so one of my three, cause y'all named, like I said, y'all named two of mine. Crash Bandicoot, the first one. Um, the hell, oh, Killer Instinct and GoldenEye. That's my five right there. And then Modern Warfare 2 and DJ Hero.
So you ain't mess with Mario Kart on 64? Mario Kart Racing?
Matter of fact, no. Let me switch. Let me get Super Smash Brothers. Super Smash Brothers. I like
Wait,
Super
on
Smash
what?
Brothers
On what system?
on what was that? Was that the
GameCube?
yeah, GameCube. Yep, GameCube. Mhm.
Fire.
Yep. Now, if you were to like we named our top five games.
I can go three more. I ain't gonna lie. I got honorable three more.
Go ahead with your honorable mention.
My honorable three more is Midnight Club, Double Edition, Scarface, and The Warriors.
Oh
and
man.
Streets Volume 2. I play all that shit to this day.
Damn, man, I was about to say streets.
Mortal Kombat, God of War, and I probably gotta go Madden,
Man, what the
Madden 12. If I'm picking a Madden,
yeah.
I'm gonna go Madden 16 and shit, man. It's so many good games though, man. Red Dead Redemption.
Tough. Oh my fucking god.
Red
I'm
Dead
shocked
Redemption.
nobody ain't had said that yet. That's one of the
Red
greatest
Dead
games
Redemption.
ever.
That
no, I
actually
ain't
should be in
played.
my top five. That should actually be in my top five now I think about it, but it's honorable mention.
I ain't never played
And
Red Dead.
that it's a tough
That's
though.
that's
That's
a incredible game.
I ain't a
great.
gamer. I'm not a gamer like that.
And
That's like some story mode shit. Like you don't gotta
yeah,
be no gamer. That's just it's
Nah,
strictly
yeah.
story mode, incredible story.
Oh yeah, and Legend of Zelda.
like 2K,
And Legend
2K
of Zelda.
God like traumatized me so much with games that I don't trust nothing. I don't trust.
Nah, that
I
shit
don't
ain't
trust.
nothing like 2K. That shit. If
It's
you
more
like
like
No.
Assassin, if you like Assassin's Creed, you'll like Red Dead Redemption. If
Hell
you like
yeah,
any
man.
story mode game that was set in realistic time periods,
I got
you
one
will like
more.
it.
Fable. I forgot about
Fable,
Fable.
yeah.
Fable's another one. That was a
See, that's
classic.
what I'm
That was
saying. You was on a you weren't on the modern Negro spectrum of games. See, the average Negro gonna grow up playing GTA, Madden, 2K, and Call of. Starting to play Call of Duty back then. A lot of you feel me. A lot of guys wasn't into Call of Duty, but it was
shit,
2K,
I was in that
GTA,
Modern
and Madden.
Warfare.
niggas in real
You
life.
if you know back in like '03, I said '03, back on like PS3 and Xbox 360, black people was scarce on the Call of Duty. They hear black person, everybody jumping on you, getting every type of N word. Boy, you feel like you in the Jim Crow era, like you walked in a white only bar on Call of Duty. They,
Yeah.
they'll call you words you never thought of. You'll pull out your little BlackBerry, search up on Google. What the fuck is this? They call you all types of racist names.
that what you think the best evolution to video games that's happened? Was it the online play or was it like just the fact of the new graphics?
I'm going with new graphics. I'm I'm gonna need like 5 minutes on this because I
Go
got a
ahead,
reason why I'm going with new graphics. Get y'all a
break
clip
it
out
down.
because this I need this for my own shit. I'm going with I'm gonna go with new graphics over
I'm
um
munching real quick. Don't worry
you
about me.
good. I'm gonna go with new graphics over what y'all said over
Um,
online play.
over online play.
Yeah, cause new graphics basically it made the game look more realistic. It made your game feel more like an actual simulation than like when we was playing on 2D and shit like Mario Kart and all that. Like it was real pixelated. You could tell it was pixels. Now with the higher graphics, like we able to upload face scans into games. The games look more realistic. The cars look real. Like when you playing certain games, you can admire little shit like nature. Like we were speaking about Red Dead. Like you can go on Red Dead and watch the sun rise and set, and like people actually are like in game photographers and take real good pictures because of how good the graphics are. Or if you playing games like Starfield, which is a new game that's out, is it called Starfield? One of them. But like the whole aspect of how space look and the creativity that the devs have now is way better than it was back then. Like back then, you really was limited to certain stuff because you couldn't necessarily paint the picture due to the pixelation and how low we had our graphics. And it's going to expand even more to where as though you ain't going to be able to tell a movie from a game. Basically, that's how it's starting again. Like for somebody that haven't been adapting to graphics
Hmm.
evolving, they'll look like what you watching TV. I remember on PS3, like my grandparents or like my older uncles were like, "What y'all watching the game?" We like, "Nah, we playing a game," and that was
Yeah.
PS3. If they see that shit now, that shit probably look like fucking alchemy. But
Hmm.
to the reason why I don't like online play is a double edged sword. It's a gift and a curse. It's a perfect duality. but I hate the negative aspect of it. Online play definitely brought together a lot of like community and meeting other people across networks, and it birthed streamers, it birthed like tournaments because it used to just be LAN tournaments. It birthed like all of those shit, but online came with a lot of fucking hell. That shit came with microtransactions. It came with all these updates and unfinished games. It came with a fucking shitload of hackers, and it also it ruined the childhood aspect of when you would go over somebody's house and you would bring your controller and y'all would play together. It ruined that. Like you'll be like, oh, your cousin JJ, he just got the new PS5. I'm ready to go over his house this weekend so we can play Madden on PS5. Like it ruined that aspect of how it was coming up and actually playing games. Or you will ask somebody like, yo, let me hold San Andreas. And you will write down the cheat codes on the paper and give it to them like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
let me do this for real. Like it ruined all of that. And then the microtransactions, that shit ruined gaming and totally
Yeah.
like I remember in 2K where you could just play the game to get better. You would play and grind in the game. Now when I
Give me
buy 2K,
the VCs on one game.
yeah, I gotta buy 150. I gotta buy 2K for $80, and then I gotta put $150 into virtual currency because virtual currency is now in a way to make my guy better. I can't even play a whole year of 2K to get better because I'm gonna be so behind the guys that paid to get better. It just it ruined it. And same thing with Call of Duty. Call of Duty used to be a game where you could grind to get the nice looking guns. You could get the master camo by grinding. You still
Mm-hmm.
can get that, but now they have these super better camos that look way better than what you got or what the hell you grind for. The devs don't put much effort uh into the free stuff as I feel like no more. Like on Black Ops 3 was like the start of Call of Duty doing microtransactions. Black Ops 3 had some pretty fire ass camos. And then Black Ops 4 came out and it was like, oh yeah, you gotta pay for this, you gotta pay for that, you gotta pay for this, pay for that. Now we in the battle pass era where you gotta pay to fucking
Mm-hmm.
pay to unlock rewards in the game that I gotta grind for. So on top of this, I gotta grind for the in this game and I gotta pay y'all. But all of this came with the merge of online. They felt
Yeah.
as though we can milk the money out of these people online. And my last thing on this topic, I told you this is a big topic for me. I play the game a lot, play the game every day, I stream. But
Mm-hmm.
the last thing is unfinished games. With the online, it birthed updates. I can drop an update and fix this right then and here. Back then, you really couldn't just drop an update and you will update the game like that. Like when they did a game, them glitches in there was just that shit was just glitched. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
It was glitched. You would have to go buy a new disc. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you talk to some people that had got San Andreas in the beginning, like it was some people had beta versions of San Andreas, where so certain stuff in the beta version wasn't even in the official or mastered version of it. Like they were
Mm-hmm.
actually mastering games back then. You could get a mastered edition of the game because they completed it 100% plus more. But nah, bro, the updates like 2K for instance, and I'm gonna tie this into the microtransactions. I might get a guy on 2K. I might make a two-way shot creator. He got
Mm-hmm.
95 three ball. I'm using LaMarcus Aldridge. I know I'm outdated to my 2K fans watching this, but I might use LaMarcus Aldridge jump shot. Patch 1.03 come out and they patch it to where as though LaMarcus Aldridge jump shot don't even work no more. Now I wasted $100 on this build and using that type of animation or whatever. And because the game felt as though that this jump shot was too OP and they fucked up when they created this. So basically, the games are unfinished. That game was unfinished when y'all did that. If you got to patch something, that means it was unfinished or it was an error within the creation, and that's what I don't like. And that's also a good thing because it also helps fix the game. But it's been a lot of shit where it's like, yo, y'all half ass in these games. Like Call of Duty might drop an update and
Mm-hmm.
my gun is glitched out. I might spawn with no gun. I just got my hands out because now y'all updated the game, but y'all also broke something else. You didn't have those problems back then. My own Fed 2, you never heard of shit like that. Your biggest problem was lagging out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I gotta say to that. I prefer better graphics than the integration of online gaming.
All right, Big Jew. It's on you, brother.
You muted.
You muted.
I prefer like probably just the online, just because it's like we wouldn't get certain games, certain game modes, but like the additional gaming, I think this is better. But I just prefer the online, only because like all the times you don't get to always get to travel with people, so like now you can kind of play if you can't get to your cousin's house. But I feel like it's better naturally to be playing in person, or like I feel like the natural, like the it's more like they turn you more like into like a robot. Like now, playing a video game, if you're not trying to like stream or or use it to release stress, is really no reason to be on there for real. I feel like if you get caught up now, more so playing the game back then, like looked at now was more kind of, you can make money from it, so it's not looked at as negative, but it's kind of looked at as unproductive if you're not making money from it or not trying to make money from it. Whereas though, like back then, you could be playing the game and it didn't really matter if you wasn't making money or not. So I feel like it's a give or take. It's pros and cons for both generations, but I just would prefer the online. But I think the older generation is definitely better.
Okay. Me, me personally, like when it like I can see both sides because it's like both of y'all got different of opinion. You know, McFly more on the thing of like the creation of the game being better and like having being able to look at a game and think that you're looking at a movie. Like and this and it was like at the time, you know, everybody I think everybody remember that first Madden where he had they had the flashes of the actual game, and then they had the 2005 Madden. That's when they had Ray Lewis on the cover, and he had that speech in the beginning, and it actually looked like you were in the cinema, like you actually sat and watched that intro because you wanted to hear what he was saying. And it's like back in the day, like I said before, we came from Tecmo Bowl to Madden. Because Tecmo Bowl was all pixel characters just running around, little small little characters you playing on Sega Genesis and everything. But now you can actually look and see like that player looks like that player. Like you can tell that it's that player.
I know what you're doing.
But the just to get back to the online thing, like once they started the online play, like McFly said, they pretty much kind of like made fucked it up pretty much when they started making you pay for everything. Just like if you were to get Mortal Kombat and you wanted the extra characters, you know, you used to have to beat the game, like beat it a certain type of way, beat it on hard or whatever, and you get these extra characters. Now instead of doing that, you ain't got to beat the game or nothing. You can just go pay for the extra characters, pay for
Mm-hmm.
Freddy, pay for like Goro, you know, playable. Like you know, some of them characters weren't even playable. Like you just beat the game, and you probably get like you had to do certain things to get like Noob Sabat. Like you had to uppercut a nigga in some type of
Mm-hmm.
way, and then get
Noob
the toasty.
Sabat.
Like you remember that guy that said toasty. Everybody,
Toasty.
everybody remember that. You know the
Yeah.
games have changed. You know those games are still classic games, but you know with the way that the graphics have changed, you know we had blood back then, but you had to put a blood code in.
Mm-hmm.
That was a long time ago. Like the first Mortal Kombat, you had to put a blood code in order for them to show blood. Because
That's
when you punching guys on the old Mortal Kombat, sweat come off of.
and that's because back then the gaming rating was really different. Like gaming ratings, like the people that rated, they
Hmm.
were way more sensitive back then. Honestly,
Yeah, because a lot of if the game was rated anywhere above E, they were definitely taking like precautions. Like you got to put a certain code. Like you got to change a setting or something
yeah,
to turn certain things on. And that's the evolution of the games too, because you don't have to do any of that now because now you can just
accepted in culture. We see that shit all the time now.
Yeah, like the especially the fatalities on Mortal Kombat. I remember the first one when you could like with Sub Zero, nigga grab you under your neck and lift your whole head off, and you see your spine. They
Hmm.
don't like that. You know that was back in the 90s. So it's like as the time went on, the game evolved. It's like they got worse and worse. Like killing, find different ways to kill you, brutality, beat a nigga to
Hmm.
death. Like, but we just that's just to come back to like the fact of like video games have really like really evolved as far as like how we see the game and how we play the game. Just to allude to what McFly said, you used to go to your man's house and play the game. Like, I remember back with the old Xboxes when you had to have the link cord in order to play four guys on the same. Then you had to have two different
Hmm.
TVs in order for guys to play like two on two or something like that. With Halo, oh, I forgot about Halo. I forgot about Halo. Oh my god, I forgot about Halo.
That
I'm
was
a
before
that,
everybody
PlayStation
switched
guy.
over to PlayStation.
yeah, Halo was
Yeah,
one of them
I
games,
always been PlayStation guy. Never
but
had Xbox.
and then
Never
you
had
got
an Xbox.
so like
Never played Halo.
just real quick, your top three fighting games.
I thought I wasn't
Uh,
a real gamer.
Fight Night, UFC, Dragon Ball Z.
Woo. Okay.
You said
About
top
you?
five fighting games.
Top
Yeah,
three. Top five or
three.
three? Oh
It was
yeah.
the three. Just we doing quick with it.
Mortal Kombat. Um, what's that joint? What's that joint, my man Kaioken?
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball.
No, no, the other one. Not Tekken. The other one. Street Fighter.
Okay.
Tekken.
Oh. Okay.
Then after
Ugh.
that is UFC 8, Dragon Ball Z. But I played. I really be playing. I always bought. I bought them almost every year. Like I like fighting games. That's kind of like the only games I like playing, other than like 2K or
Oh.
like Assassin's Creed. That's like I bought almost every Tekken, almost every Mortal Kombat. I ain't buy every Street Fighter though.
My first two is just off the break, Killer Instinct and Soul Calibur,
Soul
and
Calibur was
then
like that, especially on GameCube.
yeah,
So
Soul
yeah, Soul
Calibur.
Calibur, Soul Calibur. That's
Classic.
on PlayStation. That's the one that got Yoda, right?
Yeah,
Nah,
they had two
that's
different
late. Well,
versions.
yeah, that's later on. Them
Yeah,
niggas
I
wasn't
played. I
even
like
on
that
there.
game.
They
I
had
like
two
Soul.
different versions. One was on Xbox and one was on cause
I
Spawn
might
was
got
on
it. I
the
gotta
other
bring that
one.
up on YouTube. I ain't seen Soul Calibur on GameCube
Yo,
in a
I like
minute.
that one. Kiara
I
used to
might
have
get
Yeah,
that.
that on my PC.
yeah, yeah. Soul Calibur and all that, and then my third one would be have to be Fight Night. I think it was round three. Round three. No, Champions.
Champions, that's the
Fight
one.
Night Champions. Yeah.
With Mike Tyson on the cover.
That Mike Tyson was on round three. I believe he's on round
Ooh.
three.
Mm.
But like I said, the way that games have evolved, it's just one of them things. Like it my man McFly. I just want to get back to what he said. We used to go over each other's houses. They kind of took away from how community is. Like I I come up with these topics to come back to the same type of under the same umbrella. Like it
Oh,
changed
since we talk about
everything.
gaming, let's talk about how you never let me play the 50 Cent joint every time I ask to play. Let's talk about how Petty
Oh
Big
my
Brothers
God, the
never let niggas play it. Then nigga had a passcode where you couldn't even sneak and play it. Nigga had the passcode before that shit was cool. Nigga was locked in his profile. Nigga crazy as shit.
oh yeah, on the
Yo,
PlayStation.
yo,
Oh
My
Petty
man
yeah.
just
nigga.
wanted to play the
I
game.
never played the 50 Cent game. I always wanted to play it. Yo, never.
Yo, that was on the
Yeah, I used to be
PS3.
petty.
Yo, you ain't had to put me out there like that, but okay.
Hmm.
But I just like I was saying, man, like it kind of comes back to the under the same umbrella. Like online play has kind of like split up our community in the way we don't go over each other's house. It's like, yo, can you just log on the game, yo? We can play on. We can talk. We put the headphones on and talk to each other during the game. Like it just changed a lot of things about the community. But this last subject we're gonna get to is like I just cannot believe I just heard this. I can't believe someone would say this about this man. I mean, granted, he's been playing for 20 plus years now. Man came in the league at 2003, has been one of the most dominant players for the longest time, and the
Go
fact
outside.
that this guy who pretty much like accused Alex Rodriguez. He was on the list for all these guys that tested positive for steroids, and you got your Roger Clemens. Barry Bonds was never really he never tested positive for it, but you had your Jason Giambis, your Mark McGuire's, all those guys, and this name is synonymous with all these guys. Balco accused LeBron of using steroids. Does he's been I know that this is probably just a whole rumor that he's trying to come up just to get his name back out there because he's trying to like get back into sports, but because they banned him. Like, what do y'all think is his ultimate like his motive for doing this?
I don't really know too much about him other than the A-Rod incident. Uh, I don't know what type man would use a lie to try and upbring his motive. I mean, I guess he's trying to get some spotlight, but I don't know. I can't really comment on that because I don't know too much about.
Allowed in my father's house at all.
No, I ain't mean to do that. No.
But
uh,
yeah, I just know on the aspect of LeBron, that's that shit. I just don't get why he would choose to do it to LeBron after all the allegations and nothing was proven. Why would you try and bring it up again and try and say something? And that goes for the other people that was allegedly lying on his name because we'll never really find out. But I just think if LeBron is using it, we in the NBA, the entire NBA would like be in fire because it's like y'all already knew he was using it, so don't try to use it later on down the line that he might have been using it 30 years later, shit like that. When y'all was right here while he was using it, went to court, he beat every court case for it. The DEA had an investigation going. He still wasn't found guilty. So I just don't get why a dude would even come out and say that. But like you're saying, he probably using it as a little scheme to try and get back on and become relevant again. Try to get some little podcast time. He might even call us, try to get on here. But
Yeah, he's one of them underhanded guys. He started the sports like Balco is really. I'm just gonna tell you like what he's known for. He's known for sports nutrition supposedly. Like he's like guys come to him to get the right supplements to increase to make them better athletes and everything. But he's also one of them guys that uses banned substance in order to do it. And it came out. They did a whole investigation on him. A lot of guys that were in the steroid era were tied to Balco. Um, Barry Bonds being one of them, Roger Clemens being another one, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire,
All
Jason
right, so
Giambi, all these guys were tied to this guy. But
you want the
he is
truth? This what happened. LeBron James was messing with him. Then once he found out he was on some fuck shit, he stopped fucking with him. But maybe in the nigga mind who was doing the fuck shit, he like nigga, you doing all this productive because you took my product. Yeah, maybe you discontinued yourself from it, but you ain't never. You get what I'm saying? That's all. That's all he probably saying. He probably saying, regardless of what you did, all the detox and all that, them Botox shots we did still in
Botox.
there.
No, but on some
You feel me? That's why I
another
would
note,
tell y'all undetectable steroids, CMAR steroids.
a
Hell,
lot of
he
people don't a
wildin'.
lot of people don't remember this, but uh Derrick Rose actually was one of the first athletes I heard talk about people using steroids and how that shit was like a normal thing in the NBA. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't say any names, but he did say that it was players using, like, that was a huge thing. So like if LeBron using it, that means it's a lot of other people that's also using it. But
These are
he
Giannis,
allegations,
basically
how you
guys.
think Giannis got that
These are.
strong? Giannis was
I just
skinny.
want to
yeah,
point this
We
out
seen
to the
Giannis
viewers. These
evolve.
are allegations.
yeah,
These are our
these
opinions.
allegations. We're no, I'm not saying these guys use them at all for anybody that's watching or will watch this. I'm just saying what I saw in the Dark Rose video. He was basically saying like that there was people in the NBA using it, like the NBA had a steroid problem, and there's been other players that came out and said the NBA has a steroid problem, which is probably true, and I would expect that from a professional sport. I'm not one that's even against steroids. I think steroids should be used in every sport because it keeps your body in top notch shape because you're performing inevitable tasks, especially in the NBA and the MLB. You're playing over 80 plus games a season, and also the NFL. You're getting tackled by the world's strongest people ever, fastest and strongest people of in the history of life. Like, so I advocate for some type of usage of steroids. But just going off what Derrick Rose was saying, he actually kind of got like shut up after that. He stopped talking about it, and that was the last we ever really heard from it. I know Kevin Garnett said something about he was saying Braun was on steroids as well recently, and that just attests
I mean,
to his greatness. They can't believe that a guy's 40 years old, still in that type of shape, and he's still performing at the level he's performing at now. But
e-
nobody said that when Kareem was winning championships in year
I think
19 and all
just
that
to
shit.
add on what you're saying, bro. I think it's more so like just to play devil's advocate. Even if they are or they is, they're going about it the right way. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not overboardly dominating. He didn't go 6-0. It's not like he undefeated. It's not like he not losing. Any of these guys, it's not like they doing it to be overboard. They're just doing it to compete. You know, most of those guys who you named, they were dominating, like they were winning MVP, winning the championship ring, all in the same year, like taking it to the advantage or like someone who was fighting or something. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if someone was for to be using steroids, is that actually competing? Because that's actually giving them a competitive edge over the next guy. Because you might have some guys. Everybody in the league not getting paid the same.
It,
I mean,
it
the
depends,
NBA is guys getting paid, but at the
I
same
don't
time,
think it's
you got
steroids.
guys.
I just think it's they got access to like testosterone,
and
you
it
know.
depends with steroids. Because I think people hear steroids, they think it's just like performance enhancers, which is PEDs, same shit. But I think of steroids. I think of shit that help you heal faster, or that's not necessarily enhancing your performance. It speeds up your heal. It's like Dragon Ball Z, like nigga, eat
Mm.
a senzu bean, back to full health.
Yeah,
Like, you feel me?
yeah.
Pop
And
this,
make sure
you
you
get the
clip that
senzu
one.
bean.
You ain't
But
gonna feel nothing for the next 2 hours.
yeah, yeah, I think that's if that's how it is, how I'm saying, that's cool. I feel like everybody should be on the senzu bean. They should all be taking that and getting back quicker than possible, which I think is something going on with the injuries because like you ever met a regular person that tore their ACL or like MCL and like how long they was out, and then like when you look at NBA players that got that shit, like I seen a dude in high school with tendonitis, like, and he was out for a while, like, but
Mhm.
I watched NBA players get it and come back the same season.
I'm I can speak on that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it really depends on the doctor, bro. In the
Yeah,
hospital. Like if you go to a place where athletes go, like certified athletes, like for my instance, like I went to a place where certain like people in the NBA and NFL actually come here. Like, but if you go to a place that don't specialize in that, I think it's yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It
And I
depends
think
on
the NBA do have
your
more
health
access,
care.
to, like you saying.
Hmm. Now, now the competitive edge thing, I know I brought it up, but when it comes to steroids, it's been like you said, it's been put on like one of them do not touch things. Like
Hmm.
if you got to do steroids in order to gain a competitive edge, like you're cheating. Like you're cheating. Like if they were to find out that anybody like in the pro sports was using it, they would consider that as cheating, because that they feel like a lot of people think that this is just the media guys, from they're still old media guys, like they say, and they think that that's putting a stain on the game that makes people not believe in the game, makes people believe that the shit is rigged, pretty much.
I
Like,
mean, what are we talking about? It's a $1 billion company. If you don't think the sports is rigged by now, you deserve to be deceived.
I get it. I
This shit
get
is
it.
labeled as this is entertainment. That's why I'm for steroids. It's entertainment. I think wrestlers, WWE, if they don't use steroids, everybody should use it.
Now, what about the Olympics?
Fuck
No,
yeah, yeah. This shit is entertainment. At the end of it, people gotta realize, bro, as much emotional attachment you got to sports, it's entertainment. We want to see the best of the best. We want to see entertainment. If trust me, if the NBA had a lot of superstars consistently getting hurt, you don't think they would have put out some type of drug or found some type of solution
only reason
to
why I'm
stop
saying
that
that,
shit,
bro, I
to
just don't. I
produce
Hmm.
think the
healthier
Olympics
bodies?
should.
Yeah. What you say, Jew?
I only think I think steroids should. I mean, certain steroids should be illegal, but just not for the Olympics. Like I feel like that should be the only time where like if we're going to allow steroids, like the Olympics should be the only time where we don't allow it. Since it's not every year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I got a couple like clips. Feel me? I'm looking like I ain't even had no injury. It's like no, all right, that's the same. But that's feel me. That's what I'm looking like at my shit. I ain't even stretch.
You had steroids?
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm confused. What you were trying to get to with the clip. What you
Nah, I
meant?
just was putting it up like trying to switch the topic. Like hey, I got to yeah.
So we've covered a whole lot in this episode. We've covered NFL free agency. We've had the non-sports topic talking about the evolution of the video game. We just talked about steroids in the NBA and how Belko is trying to accuse LeBron of using steroids. But there was an historical moment that happened by Anthony Davis a couple days ago. He's the first player in history with this stat line. At least this time in history, when history was made, they won. But this stat line is the first time this has ever happened. He had 27 points, 25 boards, five assists, five assists, seven boards. Oh, hold up, no, seven steals and three blocks. Like that shit is like I've never seen that stat line myself. Like I've seen triple doubles, but I haven't. I've definitely never seen that stat line. 27 points, 25 boards, five assists, seven steals, and three blocks.
That's
He's playing like a man possessed.
That's what pure domination look like. That's dominating the game on every level. And this goes back to the last episodes. I mean, Lakers 1 win away from what I predicted. I said they was gonna go 3 out of 5. Out of the five, what was they had 5 big games. They 2-0 right now. Hopefully they go 5-0. But come on, man, it's the end of the season now. Now guys are playing. That's why I was talking about gambling too. Guys are playing now. That's when you can do them crazy ass bets. If
Hmm.
AD if AD always played like this, like if AD, I feel like AD could have been a Joe and B type of guy. Like when it came to stats, 30 and 13. Like if AD was to play like that, man, he wouldn't be disrespected like they disrespect him now. But he keep this up. They going places. But I told y'all in the last episode, and I'm telling y'all again, don't count them Lakers out, bro. They might be looking they might have looked bad in that first half. They did the same foolery last year. Looked bad first half and came through clutch in the last end and went all the way to the WCF. Stop counting them boys out, bro. Don't count out AD and LeBron. As long as AD healthy and he get that those games like that where he feel like he the shit and can't nobody guard him, he's gonna do that. And who he did that against? Timberwolves,
Minnesota.
right?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. He did that against the defense player of the year. That wasn't just against anybody. That was against the best defender in the NBA.
Yeah.
That was
Rudy
against the best
Gobert.
big man. Is Rudy and Wemby the best big men defenders in the NBA? And that was regular season Rudy. Regular season Rudy is actually a good defender. But come on,
Hmm.
man. That's
Yeah.
that's all I that's all I gotta say on that, bro. Is if that boy turn up like that, he going if AD come in the postseason and start and keep playing like that, it's a wrap.
I'm gonna get back to my take on it, but we have breaking news again from Adam Scheffner. The Bears are giving Chargers tight end Jarrett Everett a 2-year deal at 12 base value and a max of up to 14 years, and he's getting 6.1 million fully guaranteed. It looks like the Bears are trying to build a squad in Chicago, and I just wanted to say that. But to get back to the point of the whole thing, like I said, that stat line itself, like if he can continuously do make virtuoso types of like games like this, LeBron would not have to play as hard as he plays. Like like the supporting cast wouldn't have to play as that hard either. Because 25 boards to one player, that means he's wiping off the glass.
Well,
That
yeah,
means
yeah.
he's,
I wouldn't expect him to get that a game, but
you know what I'm saying, having like something similar. Like let's just say 27 and 15
that's
and
crazy. You know
like
how
and
crazy that is? 27-15 is crazy. I was saying like 30-13. I would like a because Embiid averaging that right now. He averaged
yeah.
like 30-13, 30-12. I think he can do
The
that.
reason why I
He,
say 27 though is because when the playoffs, Braun is going to turn up. So Braun is probably going to get
yo, I'm
in the playoffs. He's dropping 30.
I'm gonna tell
Like
you I'm gonna tell you who the dark horse in the whole Lakers shit is gonna be D'Angelo Russell. If D'Lo can keep playing this 22 points per game offense, they win because you getting about 60 points from 3 guys. Then you got Reeves giving you 15 plus. Y'all gonna win like that. You got
mm,
Roy. I think they undefeated now with Roy in the starting lineup. Why Roy wasn't starting prior to this, I have no fucking clue. I've been said the lineup should have been Roy in there with AD, LeBron, and all of them. It's Darvin Ham for you, but that's the
yeah.
dark horse in all this. Because AD can average 35 and 15 if he wanted to, and LeBron could average 28 and 8. If them other guys ain't stepping up, that shit don't matter. That's why this one of the hardest eras to win a ring in, because you're going to need more than that. Back in the 90s, early 2000s, if AD was averaging 30 something and 15 or whatever, and LeBron was also averaging 27 to 30 points, they would be top for a championship. They'd be the top pick for a championship. But you need them other guys to step up. AD got to keep playing at this level. LeBron play at a supreme level. But mainly, you need Reeves, D'Lo, and Rui. All three of them guys, they got to step up to the plate for the Lakers to make it.
Hmm. Yeah. Ultimately, that's what has to happen, especially if the Lakers want to get to the NBA Finals, and hopefully it be one of an historic matchup again with the Lakers playing somebody like the Celtics. If Jason Tatum can get his head out of his ass, you
Hmm.
know, and actually perform when time needed. Don't let Jalen Brown be out there by himself just doing what he do. But that he has more help than that. He has Drew Holiday. He got Porzingis, who's
Man, they
playing.
don't have an excuse other than health.
Yeah, like
Tatum
only
don't
way
have an
they
excuse.
don't make it, as me seeing it, like if they still have all those guys, I just say they don't get injured.
If
Only
if
way I see
Tatum
that they don't make it is Jason Tatum not playing up to
if they
par.
healthy and Tatum don't make it this year, Tatum Tatum going his value as a player going to drop. People gonna look at him very different.
They gonna
You
be
had
they
too
gonna
much
be
help.
like they gonna be like Jalen Brown deserved that
I
money
told
and you
y'all
don't.
last episode. Tatum is spoiled. That
And he's
boy was
been to the
spoiled.
Eastern Conference Finals since he was a rookie.
Yeah, he's spoiled. So they don't know what it's like to go and get it out the mud and lose without having supporting cast. So when you finally get that supporting cast, you like, all right, I'm about to take advantage of this. They don't know it. He don't know what that's like yet. All he know is having supporting casts and maybe games where he not showing up. So nah, them boys,
Mm-mm-mm.
they ain't got no excuse though.
Mm-mm-mm. Shit, man. Man, this NBA season has definitely been like a whirlwind. It's been a little different. And just to put my whole spin on it is like the East is going to be the telling sign of who's going to win the NBA Finals. Like
Hmm.
whatever team from the East makes it there is going to tell whether the West has a chance at winning it again this year, right? Because if let's just say like let's just say if what's Milwaukee gets completely healthy and they get Chris Middleton back and they they get they've been playing better defense since the All Star break. They've had a
Right.
better record since the All Star break. And if they can keep that and like amp it up just a tad bit more, if Milwaukee makes it to the NBA Finals, I feel like it's going to be a problem for anybody who comes in there. It don't
Hmm.
matter who it is. It's going to be a problem. And if it comes down to it, if Giannis has to put on one of them shows like he did last time he was in the finals, it's going to be a real problem. The
He
man
gonna have
dropped
to.
50.
They gonna need that. Dame and Giannis can't win. They can't win just them two. They gonna need it.
And
They
yeah,
gonna need
Chris
everything.
Middleton was really one of the main. Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, when they had Drew Holiday, was one of the main reasons that they
Man,
got that chip. Drew Holiday was really the main reason they got that
yeah.
chip because he shut Devin Booker down when they needed him to shut him down. He shut Chris Paul down, made him look like an average point guard, which a lot of people might think that he's average and he didn't really deserve the name point guard. But that's
No,
neither here nor
he
there.
a top point guard. But yeah, they gonna need the help. They gonna need help. Dame gonna have to turn up. Trying to think, I had something else to say about that. Damn, I forgot. Yeah, the Bucks they need all the help they can get because Dame and Giannis are not gonna be able to beat the Celtics or beat
Mm.
other teams. I feel like by themselves they're gonna need extra pieces. They're gonna need Chris Middleton to step up. so and
Mhm.
so, because Dame and Giannis not getting 50 every game a piece. Like
Mhm.
they
Nope. Nope.
definitely
Uh,
and
and
crunch time going to be tricky with them because it comes down to who's going to be facilitating the basketball and who's going to be the clutch guy. I know everybody thinking like, oh, they can just take turns being clutch. That shit don't always work. Like that shit, people gotta find. They're gonna have to find rhythm, and that's the problem with Dame Lillard right now. I don't think he found his rhythm yet, and we in the back end of the season.
mhm.
I initially felt like uh, the Bucks wasn't the team to win this year. I feel like they probably win next year or a year from now, 2 years from now. So I still got Boston coming out, so we'll see.
Now the West as it stacks up right now, if the season were to stop today, the Lakers would be in the play-in. So would
Are
Golden
they?
State. Yeah, they would be in the
Let me
play-in.
see the. Let me look at the standings. Shit.
They would be in the play-in. Because I think they can. I think if they moved up a spot, it would probably be to the eighth spot.
Hold on, hold on.
Because they were in the ninth spot the last time I looked. And it's like they've won 2 games in a row, but they need more games than that to overtake Phoenix at the number 6 spot. Because Phoenix is in the number 6 spot.
Trying to find the actual
Because
list.
Dallas,
This
I
list.
think Dallas is the seventh in the seventh seed right now.
Hold on, let me see something. I want to see the actual list. This dumbass shit showing me the division list. All right, here's the actual list. Yeah, they're in ninth right now. But the shit's so iffy because Dallas is in eighth, but Dallas got more wins than Sacramento. So
Mm,
the Warriors need to win another game, or they about to fall off if the Lakers and the Mavericks win their next game. Um, I think I think the Lakers probably end up not being in the play-in. I think they shooting for that 7, 6 seed spot so they can get a shot at probably it's probably going to be Oklahoma. I feel like going to fall into two or the Timberwolves,
mhm.
but they also might just compete and just go for play-in. I don't know. It all depends because in the end it's going to get strategic about who you want to face in the first round, and I feel like nobody wants to face Denver in the first round, so nobody really want that A spot if
Mhm.
Denver ends up being one. Now, if Oklahoma be one, it's cool to be the eighth seed because you feel like you can beat Oklahoma. That's a young team, especially for like the Lakers, the Mavericks, and the Kings. I feel like all three of them can beat Oklahoma if they were the eighth seed.
Yep.
Um, the Clippers, they will be playing the Clippers and the Suns. If that's how it's going to end up being, that's a crazy ass first round. I wouldn't want the Clippers first round if I'm nobody. If I'm anybody, I would not want them first round.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I would not want. I would not want to play them first round.
Yeah, man. And then it's like who do you really like like who would like I know who I would be like kind of scared to see, especially if they clicking on all cylinders, and that's the goddamn Clippers. If they clicking on
Yeah,
all
that's what I'm
cylinders,
saying.
like
They're the scary team to face right now.
you do not want to see
I
them. Like
think the East is shored up.
yeah,
Wait,
we all
so
know who's gonna be the number one seed in that one.
with the play-in, if the ninth seed nowhere near the eighth, do they still have a play-in?
No, it's the seventh and the eighth play, and the ninth and the 10th play.
I don't like that.
Yeah, whoever wins out of the seven,
Cause
eight,
that's
gets the seventh seed.
listen, like the Pacers. They say we start right now. Pacers got 36 wins. If the say the Pacers play and God forbid like Tyrese Halliburton get injured or he get catch the flu and he out for the play-in games and they lose them games, they are kicked out of the playoffs. and a team like the Hawks could make it with 29 wins, and they're below 500, like they're 29 and 35. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think it should have stayed as 1 through 8, and if the ninth and 10th should have had to be within a certain amount of games. Now in the West, it makes sense for a play in because ninth and 10th are literally they
All
well
games
the
over 500.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's over 500. The people that's under 500 are like in last place. That's not the
Hmm.
same for the East. Like it's people that's below 500 that will be in the play in. I don't like that.
Like the Rockets are in the 11th spot with 29 wins right now. I think. I think they got 29 wins. They actually improved on last year's record. But yeah, I mean the West does make a lot of sense as far as like if you're doing a play in the West. I feel
Yeah,
like if they were to change the rule up, I feel like they should uh take a page out of the book that you're talking about. Like if those ninth and 10th teams aren't like over 500 or in like the conversation of being like a game or two back or something like, let's just say a game, maybe a game or two games back,
hmm,
they shouldn't be able to have a play in that conference. Those seven in the AFC should just get their spot.
yeah.
But
I see
but
they doing the
if
play
it's close
in.
like that, they should have
They
a
stole
play
that
in.
from the NFL. Ain't shit but like a wild card.
Yeah, because whoever wins out of the seventh and eighth gets the seventh spot, and whoever wins out of the 9 and 10 plays the eighth seed, and then whoever wins out of
Yeah,
that
I
game
don't. That's what I'm
gets
saying.
the
I
eighth
don't like
seed.
if you got the wins to be 7 seed, you should be 7 seed.
Hmm.
Not playing Miami because you feel me like they didn't win those. Yeah, I don't like. It's like a bailout. Like
Because Miami, that's another team as far as the East. You don't want to see them
yeah,
because Jimmy turns to a whole different guy when he comes to that playoff time. Playoff Jimmy is not nobody you want to see. You don't want
yeah.
him coming in your arena. Boston know what it's like. Boston know exactly what it's like. He done knocked them out just to get to the finals the last couple times they went to the finals.
Uh huh.
Other than the time they beat Milwaukee in the
Boston,
bubble.
Boston secured first round. I mean the first seed though.
They're gonna be the number one overall seed.
Yeah, they 50 and 14. They secured that. The Bucks and the Cavs fighting for second place. Knicks and the Magic fight. Knicks Magic, Philly, and the Sixers and Miami are all fighting for the rest of the spots.
Yeah,
And really,
I think Miami gonna end up in the sixth seed though.
I think Hawks probably end up in the ninth. They're going to pass the Bulls.
The Bulls in the 10th spot
Bulls in the ninth.
and the ninth. Damn, the records over there in the East must be ass.
Yeah, yeah. It's not as good as the West.
Like, good God, that's because Boston dominating all of them. Boston is
Hmm.
dominating the East. He's
Everybody taking the
dominating the
loss
hell
to
out of
the
the East.
same team.
Like, he, they done set a record this year too. They got the most wins by 50 plus
50.
points.
Yes,
Like,
I
what
seen
the fuck? Three? You can beat three motherfuckers by 50 this year?
that.
That's crazy. I don't want to play y'all. You ain't gonna do that shit in the playoffs though. That shit ain't happening in the playoffs. Ain't nobody getting beat by 50 in the playoffs. I don't see
Nah.
that. What
Shit.
about you, Jew man? Welcome back. We are we were just talking about the East and the West and how it stacks up right
What's
now.
That man, he missed his
you already
episode.
know, man. My sleeper, my sleep, my sleeper pick is Pelicans. The Pelicans match up with everybody. Shit out anybody. They got the trade ball. They got the stars. Zion and Brandon Ingram. Y'all sleep on the Pelicans. They'll beat the shit out of anybody in the West. And my sleeper team in the East is going to be the Hawks. Hawks got Trae Young to shut out anybody, bro. Trae Young is proven take they can step him up to the checker, Jimmy Butler, and lead the teams over an upset team. So that's most people's teams to worry about.
Your voice is skipping. Yeah, your voice is
Bro, I
skipping.
was saying that my sleeper team in the West is the Pelicans. You skipping?
Yeah.
I'm still skipping?
Not now. You like it, I could hear you, but it's like you going, like you were skipping. I don't know where McFly just went.
Saying my team is going to be the Pelicans for the West, and then my sleeper team for the East, for the Dogs.
Okay. Hey, we were just talking about like, but we no one neither one of us mentioned the Pelicans. You know, I don't feel like I don't feel like they can stack up to
Because the
the
Pelicans
Clippers.
got the trade ball. They do. They got two superstars, and they got probably one of the best three-point shooting teams in the NBA. They got Salem, Trey Ball, Jordan Hawkins, Trey Ball, and they still got superstars.
Mm.
And I'm with the Hawks because I think the Hawks match better. Like on some Jimmy Bucket, just all pure will and just ability to compete. Trae Young, I think that he can lead his team to these Cardinals, I think. And he got extra more help. But I think Sadiq Bey is definitely going to take a pause on that, though. But that's two sleeper teams now. My for sure lock with the Lakers, and I'm going with the Lakers. They my for sure lock.
Mm. Well, this has been episode 15 of
But
Not Another Sports
that's why
Podcast.
we can go with
We've talked, well, we've covered a whole lot. As I said, we covered a whole lot today. We've covered the NFL free agency. The not sports topic was the evolution of video games. We talked about AD's historic night, and we did a whole wrap up of how Balco was trying to sully LeBron James' name, and we did a whole quick recap of who we think the right now are the dark horses in the East or the dark horses in the West. And this has been this has been a very informative episode. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. And we're gonna reconvene sometime this week. And like I'm gonna let be
feel me. Now
hmm
footwork. I'm just coming out of the injury. You
Allowed
can't
in my
even
father's
tell.
house. At all. At all. We deserve free everything. At least if you're not going to give us